really nothing like the sound of open headers on a Chevy big block. I could leave this running all day as like my stereo. What's up guys, Chris here. It is September 11th, 2023. Just want to do a little garage update. Obviously September 11th, big day. So we want to take a minute and remember all those things that happened. But let's move on to things that are happening today in our garage. Real quick, pan over the winner wall. These are all people that have won a car from RestoMods.com. Here's our latest winner, Brody Neill, took home 100 grand instead of that 1969 supercharged Chevelle. We've got a lot of, the garage is packed today, packed. Let me flip this thing around. A lot of stuff going on. First and foremost, we are in the 3X multiplier for RM23, which is this numbers matching 1968 GTO. If you haven't seen this car yet, make sure you hit the channel and check out all of the videos and the build sheet on this car. Absolutely incredible. Just a couple weeks from now, somebody's gonna be taking home the keys to this GTO and 20 grand in cash. So if you want that to be you, head over to RestoMods.com, claim those entries. We could be flying you to San Diego, pick up your car, and putting some cash in your pocket. Wow, lots of stuff going on in here. Let's see. This is my buddy Josh's 1969 Charger RT. He's got a modern Hemi in here. We did a full video on this car as well. It's in here because his steering broke. And he wanted us to take a look at it, but really cool car. So a chance to check that thing out and go back and look at some of those videos. What else? Reegan's back. Reegs, welcome back, dude. How was the trip?
It was good. It was fun.
It was good?
Northern California.
We missed you.
It was way colder up there. I'm kind of dying right now.
Oh, because it's warm?
Yeah, it was like 65.
We tried to replace you, but nobody would take the job.
I'm glad.
Yeah, no, we're glad you're back, for sure. I talked about this a little bit in the last video. This thing was actually a movie car made for the Bullet movie remake. Looks like it's getting, that's the old intake though. Are we getting a new intake?
Yeah, we got a Edelbrock and FiTech going on there.
Whoa. We've got a crazy marriage of Edelbrock and FiTech. So what is it, an Edelbrock
So this is a
intake?
Yeah,
and then
that's an intake manifold like with a traditional like 4-barrel setup. So we're gonna get rid of this ProFlow XT. It needs a little bit too much tuning still, like it runs a little rough. And I kind of like the classic look, so we're going with a FiTech classic black setup.
So it'll look like a 4-barrel.
Yeah, it'll like clean it up in here a little bit, and then I just prefer FiTech for the fuel injection. Edelbrock makes great intake manifolds. That's kind of their strong suit. Make okay carburetors too, but for the fuel injection, we're gonna go with FiTech.
Shout out to our boys at FiTech. Joe, make sure you clip that piece right there and send it to our boys over there.
Will do.
How's that burrito? What are you eating?
Shrimp burrito from Rubio's.
Shrimp burrito.
Wait, am I allowed to say Rubio's in this video?
Say whatever you want, dude. You're wearing a Happy Dad hat.
I am.
I am. So we not give you
I'm very off-brand today.
We don't give you any Resto gear? All right, and then what is this over here? This is, I just bought this car actually. This is a 1970 Chevelle, and it's got the SS badging. This thing is cool. I mean, there's just so many great things. I mean, it's obviously Chevelle, which makes it the best muscle car, and it's a 70, which is some people's favorite year. This thing is definitely not original. I'll find the keys and open this thing up, but wanted to do a little walk around on this. Paint is pretty good. There's a couple little things here and there. Paint drips. Welding stuff. These will usually catch water up here and weld. You can see, I don't know if you can see that. There's some cracking in here. A couple little rust spots. And then under the hood, sporting a 454 big block. Think the air cleaner's big enough in this thing?
Yeah, plenty of flow. It's cool though because it does go up into where the cowl induction hood is, and the cowl induction hood does work. So
Yeah, I think to get me to buy a car, all you have to do is say working cowl induction, and I'll buy it immediately. But this thing actually looks really good, super clean. Obviously power brakes. There's something missing that I think should be right here.
Yeah, this car doesn't have AC, which is like kind of a must for most places in the country. So
it's definitely a must for me here in San Diego today. But yeah, the cowl induction's really cool. So how does this thing work? I was always kind of wondering, is this like a thing that runs off vacuum, or what is this?
It uses vacuum, so it'll basically, when the car's running and making the most vacuum, it keeps it closed. And then when you open the throttle blade, your engine basically loses vacuum at that point because it's, you know, you have an open throttle blade, and that's what opens that cowl induction. So pretty cool.
It's very cool. Just driving it kind of makes it more fun. And this thing actually looks like a famous car. I mean, like, did we just break out the Matthew McConaughey quotes now, or?
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
Pretty sure like every known Matthew McConaughey quote, he's actually in this car in Dazed and Confused. So.
All right. How you doing?
I'm sure we're gonna use a lot of that.
Let me tell you what Melvin Toast is packing right here. I've got 411 posi track out back, 750 double pumper, Edelbrock intakes, Ford over 30, 11-to-1 pop-up pistons, turbojet, 390 horsepower. We're talking some fucking muscle.
So we bought this car. Not really sure what the plan is yet. This might be a sweepstakes car. If it is, there's obviously some little things that would need to be cleaned up in here. I don't want to bang it up too much since it's here next to the lift pulls, but I want to give you guys a look. Obviously a nice custom center console. There's a cup holder. Those were not offered in 1970. You can see a lot of the speaker enclosures in here that were added. So it looks really original, but there's definitely some custom stuff in here. That horseshoe shifter fits perfect in here. I think this is a 3-speed automatic. It's 3-speed or 4-speed?
This one's overdrive 4-speed.
Overdrive 4-speed. Oh, nice. 700 R4. Cool. And you can see the Alpine deck in there. So it's got modern tunes, and it's got a little Bluetooth microphone. Those are not AC controls. Those are the original controls, but that's just for vents and stuff like that. Functioning back seat. I'm sure the slider is back here somewhere. There it is. Whoa, the horn works.
Hey. That's the leather, man.
Little Jay Leno test. Still works. Let's see, what are the keys? We put the keys in here. I want to show off this trunk because it's cool. So here's the trunk enclosure. They did a really cool kit in here. I really like how they matched the aluminum trim, that brushed aluminum, little Alpine amp, and some subs. This thing makes some pretty loud noises through the stereo, so that's really cool. And then I like how they did these little kind of brushes around the trunk hinge. So very cool. They're very locked in on this SS. A little bit about that. In 1970, the SS, they used to change the VIN. So a 138 code was an SS, and a 136 was the Malibu. They stopped doing it, I want to say 68. When did they change from the 136, 138?
I think that's 68, I think you're right.
68, yeah. So in 70, they all had the 136 VIN, which you can see right here, hopefully. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a 136 VIN. So the VIN doesn't actually tell us anything about whether this is a super sport or not. So yeah, we're gonna have to do a little bit more work. These 1970 Chevelles, it's really tough to tell if they're real SSs or not, if they were sold as an SS. You basically have to have the original build sheet or paperwork that came with the car, which we don't have. So we just purchased this car from an ad, kind of sight unseen. And it just got delivered. So plans for this car, I'm not really sure. I think we want to make this a giveaway car at some point. It's definitely gonna need a little bit of work if we do decide to do that, because you guys know at Resto, we're pretty committed to a high level of standards for the giveaway vehicles. So we'll have to do a little bit of work on this, but Esparza, you got nothing else to do, right?
Nothing better to do, that's for sure.
Ah, working on a Chevelle. I think that might be his favorite thing in the whole world today.
The 70 is my favorite.
It's definitely a Goodyear. Let's light this thing up. So there we go. And this thing right here, where is it? This thing's for the cutouts. So I think they're open right now. Then that's closed. Oh, there's open. I mean, there's really nothing like the sound of open headers on a Chevy big block. I could leave this running all day as like my stereo. I love it. Yeah, lots to love there.
Felt that on the back of my leg.
So what do you think? You like this car?
This is, so I really like the 69 we built. Obviously we did everything from the ground up, but body style, and as far as Chevelles, the 1 year only 70 just does it for me. I like, you know, the little bit boxier quarter shape here, the quad headlights, and then the taillights and the bumper. There's just a lot of things that, you know, 70 is the only year that has them. Chevelles usually went in like 2 year stints where they're very similar. And 70 is kind of the only year they didn't do that. But everything kind of works together. For me, it's the best of both worlds. And then the tuxedo color combo is like, that's the 70 Chevelle everyone thinks of.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, that's the thing. That stuff like that, you know, like I watched that movie young. That's an older movie, so I was like basically a kid, but I remember that car from that movie, and that gets burned in your brain, and then it's like subconscious, and you're like, well, that's the best Chevelle because it's stuck in my brain, you know?
And they had a bunch of cool cars in that movie, but this one definitely stuck out. I do love the tail lights in the bumper. It's a cool look. I don't know about this SS thing. I wonder if we'll be able to figure out if it's a real SS or not. I'm guessing no, because
I think with the 70, somebody told me that it's the most cloned SS is the 70, because unless you have like original documentation, it's hard to prove that it is or isn't. I'm sure there's like real high-level experts that would know, but as a resto mod, you know, we didn't buy it like thinking we were getting an original SS. We wanted some good upgrades, some good modifications to it, and that's what we got. So whether it is or isn't, I'm leaning towards it isn't. So the next decision is, do we debadge it or do we leave it? Do we do a play on the badges like we do on a lot of the cars? You know, shout out to Evan CNC, can make you like a custom badge.
Yep.
You know, with that vintage vibe, but you know, whatever you want to say on it. So there's options there.
yeah, I mean, as far as we bought it, I already mentioned that it has working cowl induction. So once I see that, I have to click buy. All right, well, I mean, just looking at it, like, what do you think, if we were to make this a sweepstakes car, what do you think we've got to do to get it to that level?
So like we talked about, AC for sure.
Oh yeah.
Some paint touch-up stuff. It's a pretty nice body. It's all rust-free and stuff, but it looks like it's been painted for a few years, so probably just some detail work on the paint. I kind of want to change the steering wheel. I like the GM Comfort Grip steering wheel with the 3-spoke and like kind of the brush finish. Still original look, but just a little bit classier. I don't know what else can we do to it. I mean, maybe fuel injection. That
I mean, although that 454 sounds great. I mean,
sounds good. It runs good.
And it smells great.
I'm gonna do probably a front accessory drive, probably from CVF, just to get the front accessories really nice when we do add that AC compressor on, and then it gets a serpentine belt, so you don't have these like tiny little squeaky V belts anymore.
It's just one big belt, and then you gotta add a pulley for the compressor.
Yeah, maybe electric fans. There's like kind of a checklist of stuff that we do to all these cars, and most of that comes from just the more and more we drive them. And then when we hand over the keys, we want this to be like, you know, old cars are always like a little bit more maintenance intensive than like your Camry or your Accord, but we want to make it like where we're putting good parts on these cars. where people can enjoy the car once they win it. So.
Yeah, that's the whole idea of a resto mod is you turn the keys, jump in, and start burning tires.
That's it.
I mean, if you want.
It'll do it.
Oh, this thing
It's got a
definitely
big
will.
block.
Dude,
It's got a 12 volt
454.
rear end with a posi, so like it's got all the good stuff. Should we put it up in the air?
Yeah, let's look at it.
I think I already got it racked. Let me double check.
All right, so we got it up. I see a lot of extra goodies over here. Is this all QA1?
Yeah, full QA1, it's front and back. It's got a sway bar, it's got the adjustable arms, boxed lower arms, the coilovers, Wilwood disc brakes in the back, a 12 bolt. This is like all the go-to stuff that we would use. It's got these Dynamax mufflers that are pretty quiet and like kind of dinky exhaust, so we might put a better, like a full 3-inch. I think this is 2.5 inch. Big
They
block,
look a little smaller.
big block needs a 3-inch exhaust on it, maybe with an X pipe. That's kind of the go-to for the Chevelles. And then yeah, in the front, it looks like it's all QA1 stuff as well.
I love how they put the cutouts in though. They're just like,
Yeah.
no matter what else, we need open headers.
Yeah, which I mean, with this smaller exhaust, I guess like being able to open it right here kind of lets it breathe a little more. But yeah, 700 R4.
That's really nice.
I was told that the internals are kind of beefed up in this, which is necessary. 700 R4 behind a big block. It's a lot of torque for that transmission, but there's a lot of things you can do to these to get them beefed up. You know, and then the Corvette servo helps with the shift feel and everything. So, but yeah, tubular upper and lower, control arms, coilovers, Wilwood disc brakes, big sway bar from QA1 as well. So all good stuff.
All looks super clean too.
Yeah, it's not bad. This thing's in good shape. It does look like someone's put a few miles on it, which is kind of good.
Yeah.
You know, you work out some of those kinks and stuff with a fresh build, you get a few miles on it, and you know, that way you know there's not any weird issues that pop up. You know, hand-built cars, stuff happens, you know, so.
Yeah, stuff you find just by driving them.
Exactly, that's it. You gotta shake them down.
That's my specialty, is just, you know, drive it and find the issues.
So, yeah.
Maybe the issues find me, I don't know. Right on. Well, let us know in the comments. What do you guys think we should do to this car? Is there any changes you guys would make? Should we make it a sweepstakes car? Do you want to buy it? Hit us up.
I want to buy it.
You want to buy it? I could just start auctioning it off right here.
Right?
But yeah, this thing looks great.
I like this car.
There's a couple things. I'd probably do LED lighting all the way around.
Yeah, that's another thing, yeah.
Are these turn indicators?
Yeah, they're like side marker reflectors. That started being mandated, I think, in '68.
Right.
And they got bigger and bigger. Like this car has like really cool ones.
Yeah, the tiny little ones.
Yeah. And then they got bigger and bigger, and then, you know, GM started figuring out little things they could do to actually make them stylish. But
Well, I'm super happy that thing's in our garage. And I think you guys will be happy too. So that about wraps it up. Again, we're in triple entries right now for RM23. If you want to win that 68 GTO, remember it's a numbers matching drivetrain on that car. Super fun car, drivability factor really, really high. Check out all the build sheet videos on that. And make sure you claim those entries to win at RestoMods.com. I could be calling you, flying you right here to pick up your dream GTO and put $20,000 in cash in your pocket. But you got to be in it to win it, so head over to RestoMods.com, claim those entries. Other than that, guys, it is Monday, September 11th. God bless America. Signing off.